In the previous video about the origin of stocks, we mentioned that the stocks were not mainly used for speculation when they were first introduced. In this video, we're going to talk about the first massive speculation that led to financial bubbles. We're going to start with the history of the Netherlands. After the rocketing development for almost half of a century, the Dutch Republic was finally established. As the country gained great profits in trading and fishing after its independence, the demand for high-value and decorative goods soared. Coincidentally, the Austrian businessman introduced tulips which perfectly satisfied this demand. The tulips originated in Asia and then flowed into Europe through Ottoman businessman. It was named tulip because it's shaped like a turban of a man in Central Asia. The flower, with its unique shape and colors, immediately gained popularity among the aristocrats in the Dutch society. To show off their social status, they started to buy tulips in a frenzy. This became popular in the upper class. While the demand for tulips continued to increase, it would take up to 5 years to grow the tulips, and the transportation routes were pretty long. In this case, the price of tulips skyrocketed. Also, what made people crazy was that some of the tulip petals were colored. It's like how heels stand out from a bunch of flip-flops. As a result, around 1630, an ordinary tulip could be exchanged for a trailer, and a colored one could be exchanged for a nice caravan. By 1634, the monthly price increase for tulips had reached 2,000%, which was an extremely large number. For capitalists who could do anything for a 300% profit, they would risk their lives for a 2,000% gain. Tulips sold extremely well. Many people sold houses, got loans, and even raised funds to purchase tulips. In 1637, the price growth rate of tulips reached 5,900%. However, one thing they overlooked was that at the end of this consumption chain was just a few wealthy people. No matter how pretty these flowers were, most people still expected to gain profits through investing in tulips. Moreover, it was evident that this trend became unstoppable. Even though most aristocrats in Europe had stopped buying tulips, the speculators and the traders were still crazy about it. Since everyone wants to buy tulips, the price continued to rise, and due to this price increase, no one would sell them. So after people invested a huge amount of money in tulips in the spring of 1637, the crisis came. The speculators were surprised to find that the aristocrats had long used new planting methods to cultivate tulips themselves. Most investors had nothing but tulips at the time, and although their tulips seemed expensive, they could not actually sell these useless flowers because no one wanted to buy them. In this situation, people started to sell tulips at a meager price in large amounts, but tulips were just ornamental flowers. To most people, they didn't even worth the price of onions and had nothing but good appearances. The price of tulips plummeted all the way down and fell below the price of onions. This capital turmoil brought the Dutch economy to a standstill for almost 3 years. It led to the loss in Anglo-Dutch and the French-Dutch Wars, which caused the recession of the newly established country.